Well, good morning, community. Good morning, brother and sister survivors around the world. Thank you for being here. Welcome to Circle of Genius Podcast, Survivor Experience. I'm your host, Aaron Avila. This podcast is about stroke survivors and giving them hope, inspiration, and tips to live a fulfilled life after stroke. In this podcast, I want to talk about a sign that really touched my heart, that really has inspired me to share with you. Let me bring it up on screen. Victory is always possible for the one who refuses to stop fighting. So let's get into it. Set me on fire, reset me, keep it, you let me on. So what does it mean? Let me bring up the chat. What does it mean that we are hello Skyway, good morning out there. Great to see you out there. Bryce Bryn, my brother in crime, Raisin is out there. Hello, thank you for support. Thank you for being out there, brothers. Appreciate it. But this really is what this show is about today. And I'm going to say it one more time real slowly. Victory is always possible for the one who refuses to stop fighting. I mean, if there's one thing in our life as stroke survivors that is common, we always have the enemy telling us stop fighting, to give up. But let me reverse this so you understand this. I want to reverse that. And can I give you what I see out there in the stroke survivor community as a norm? It's not stroke survivors who refuse to stop fighting. I find stroke survivors that are hopeless, depressed, that have stopped fighting. That they live in dark. They wait. That's sad. I see that all the time. It breaks my heart. So let's reverse this thing, shall we? Defeat is always going to happen to those who refuse to fight. Let me repeat that. Defeat is always going to happen if you refuse to fight. That is probably the most common attitude or mindset I see out there in the stroke survivor community around the world. But in all reality, this is the truth. I promise you, I can guarantee you that victory is yours over stroke if you refuse to stop fighting. The key is to not stop fighting. I mean, God, I've been serving the stroke survivor community for over 8 years now. And the only stroke survivors who see that struggle with darkness, struggle with depression, struggle with suicide are the ones that stop fighting. So if you want to change your life today out there, survivor, fight. Don't stop fighting. And if you don't stop, it's guaranteed that victory will be yours. See, if we decide to chase our destiny, we can decide what our destiny is. Give up on the fight. Your destiny will be that one of defeat. But if you choose to fight, The hard fight. I don't want to make you think it's easy. But if you choose to fight, the hard fight of stroke, to fight against it because it lies to you. Stroke will lie to you and tell you you're worthless, you're nothing but a burden. That is a life stroke. You cannot give in to that. You must fight this. Let me pull this off the screen for no keep it on. But I think it's really important, guys, my fellow survivors around the world, that you have the mindset of a warrior, that you're in a battle. On my TV, the battle is. It's probably one of the hardest battles you'll face your entire life. It is trying to take your life from you. And stroke does that. Stroke lies to you. Stroke tries to steal your life, steal your hope, steal your dreams. But it's just that. It is just that. It is a lie. Because if you rise up as a warrior and you begin to battle this dark energy of stroke and you refuse to let it take over you, take over, you will find that you will find life after stroke. I guarantee if you start today changing your mindset, changing your attitude, and say, I can do this, I can get better, I can improve my life. Someone said, I just adapt. I'm telling you, don't just adapt. Rise up and overcome. Be a warrior. Be a warrior. Because your life depends on it. It does. Yeah, I wrote down some notes. I want you to take, man, I want to take a minute and share some with you. Henry Ford said a quote that says, what do you think you can, what do you think you can't? Both are correct. Let me repeat that slowly because I want to be sure you understand that. What do you think you can? Or what do you think you can't? Both are correct. What is that telling us as truck survivors? We actually create the future by deciding what today what we're gonna do. So we either fight stroke or we don't, and we lose. We lose. So it's up to us. The bottom line I want to tell you, and Henry Ford says it, that you are in control of your destiny. You are not a victim of stroke. Stroke does not define you as a person, but how you respond does. I want to make sure you really hear that. Stroke does not define you as a person. How you respond does. Yeah, it's true for cancer, it's true for any disease, any hardship in life. It's that hardship that defines you. It's how you respond. So what I'm saying to you today, my brother, my sister, don't stop fighting because if you fight, you will. You know, there's a inspirational quote I commonly use, and it says the best way to predict the future is to create it. So many of us are trained when we have stroke, or are trained to kind of give in. We're victims. We're poor us. We're gonna is inevitably that we're just dark. But in our reality, it is us that decide what our outcome will be of stroke. See, it's not what you can move your hand or what you can walk. You know, when I first had my stroke, I can remember laying in bed. I sat paralyzed in wheelchair, still am after 12 years. But that is not what defines me. I decided years ago to say, okay, stroke, you're not going to take my life. I'm going to make my life. I'm going to decide to overcome the stroke. It is not going to define me as a man. I am going to respond positive in a way. I am telling you right now, stroke survivor, you have a gift inside you. I know for sure each one of us are alive for a reason. It's a purpose. It is to help your fellow stroke survivor. You don't know what your life is all about anymore. You lost your identity. Stroke has taken help us about start helping people. Start help using your stroke, your current circumstance to help others in the same circumstance. And as you give out the energy of love and care to the other stroke survivor, you'll get back that energy tenfold. It is a simple law of the universe. You put positive energy out in this world, you will get positive energy back 10 times the amount. So as we go through this podcast, I'm gonna drive home. Let me pull this off camera. Hold on. I want to drive home. I'll pull that later. I want to drive home. Your future, your life is up to you, not stroke happen to you. It's how you respond to stroke. That is what the inevitability is. Do you guys remember that movie Matrix? Neo was battling the agent, fighting the agent in the subway. He landed on a train track with a train coming, going to kill him. And he says, the agent says, hear that, Mr. Anderson? Hear that? It's a sound of inevitability. Inevitability. But it wasn't. And then all of a sudden he realized who he was. I am not the victim. I am a conqueror. And he basically kicked the agent's butt. We as stroke survivors are in that same spot. Stroke lied to you, says it's inevitable. You don't have life anymore. Took your life away. You have no reason to live. You have no purpose. You have no drive. You have no passion. That is a lie of stroke. It is not the sound of inevitability. You are Neo. You are victorious. You have inside of you one thing, and that stroke can't take away is your decision to fight. And that's why we're here today. I'm here to encourage you to fight, to remember that stroke is not stronger than you. You are stronger than stroke. And what makes you stronger than stroke? Your decision. See, picture it this way: stroke comes at you and says, you can't do this, you can't do that. You're worthless, you're a burden. But now, reality, don't listen to stroke because it's not true. You can decide right here, right now, as you watch the video and say to yourself, I am a warrior starting now. I am going to be victorious of a stroke. I am going to drive someday. I am going to ride the horse someday. I am you fill in the blank for your life. What is it you dream of, stroke survivor? What is it that you want? I'm thinking about you as a person. It's not whether you can move your left hand, your left arm. Your value as a person is based on who you are inside. Stroke is not who you are. Stroke is what you had. Who you are is how you respond. But that's what I'll be repeating many times to you in the years to come. So many times. I can remember when I first started this movement. It was hard. People came against it. I couldn't believe the stroke community, some still do, came against me, called me toxic to stroke survivors. They're more interested in protecting their group than they were protecting their members in it. I'm telling you, if you're watching this, you are valuable. You can find life after stroke. Some exciting news that's coming out with the community. I just received this morning. This is Hall of the Press breaking news. You may not have known, Stroke TV Media has been sponsored by Wonderful Living Television. And I received an email from Wonderful Living Television saying they're going to start a streaming channel called Roar. Roar, like a lion. It's called the Overcomer TV. They asked Stroke TV to up their content. How much content can we provide for the new channel? Now, if I was back when I was first had my stroke, dark, unmotivated, hopeless, that type of news would be impossible to receive. But you know what? I'm excited, Jazz, that we're going to get the ability to be a big player in the streaming service. I don't know why I'm getting phlegm myself, but I'm sorry, guys. So that is something very exciting. And also, breaking news, just take a minute to tell you, I've been working with a robotics company. In fact, right now, sitting in my house is the actual robotic hand therapy. And I'm going to be testing and getting ready to do a product review shortly. Okay, I'm not sure what that means, Tater. Anyway, I think I'm hearing a warning sign go off. I am hearing some type of warning signal. It's been raining here in California. We're having a huge storm. I'm hearing something keeps like an alarm going off. I live in the hillside, so it can't be flooding. But do not think I was always like this. I was dark, sat in darkness. I was hopeless, felt like I had no hope, no life, half paralyzed. What you see now, why wasn't always like this? I've been through a battle. And the battle was a battle in my mind. And Stroke TV Media is here to bring a new angle to it. Because most people out there believe that their value is recovering who they used to be able to do. They used to be able to play tennis, whatever. I'm telling you, value is still there. You as a person are valuable. You as a stroke survivor are valuable. It's really important that you realize who you are. Who you are is still there. Yep, you may have a bum man like me, a bum arm, bum left side. You may even have a speech deficit, but you can impact the world. You have a calling. You're still alive. Do you want something to do? Start just going to second chance stroke survivors, our community, and start posting inspirational things in there for people. That will probably impact so many people. You got to remember, we have 5.4 thousand members now. You can impact people's lives. Tater, I don't know what that means. That's a misspelling. I don't know. Bro, I don't know what you're saying. But Scott White is from Georgia and Tater's from North Carolina. I want to thank you both for being there. If there's one thing that you walk away from this podcast, walk away with this. It's up to you. You hold the future. You hold inevitability. It's not something happened to you. It's something you decide. I'm not sure what that has to do with the show, Tater. Anyway, everybody, listen. I want you to realize that is up to you. Your future as a stroke survivor is up to you. Victory is yours if you choose to fight. Failure and death is yours if you choose not to. So it's up to you. You know, Bryce, I know Bryce person, Bryce, a friend of mine. He says his daughter is getting married. Now, what if he dies before she gets married or even after? He has got to choose to live. He's got to do those things that will make him live. Otherwise, he's chosen. I could have curled up, loaded the ball. I could have went and gone before he spent the once and blew my head off like I wanted to. I didn't. I chose to, I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to choose to fight. I'm going to choose to have a positive mindset. I'm going to make this work. I ain't going to be positive about it. So, you see what I'm doing today? Do you see I impact thousands of people's lives around the world? Search up breakfast. And it is my pleasure and my joy to serve you community. So I want to encourage you, just with all you've got, look yourself square in the mirror today and say, today is the day I choose to fight. Today is you no longer have power over me, stroke. Look in the mirror and touch yourself. You no longer have power to be struck. I am choosing to not do that. I am choosing not to let stroke take my life. I am choosing this day to rise up and reclaim my life. Is your life based on what you move your left hand, move your left arm, walk in my case, bicycle, wheelchair? No. Your mindset, your attitude, what you think yourself is your value. So today, make up your mind to fight, become a warrior. And before this, now I want to leave you with this, because in all reality, this is so true. I am here to tell you, victory is possible if you refuse to stop fighting. So don't refuse. Stand up today and fight. Today is the day you fight. If you like this content, you like what we do here at Stroke TV, smash that like button, share the video, and subscribe to Stroke TV Media on YouTube. I thank you all for being here. Really, really thank you. Thank you for your support, and please bring some friends. I want to blow this podcast up. So again, thank you for being here. Everybody have a great day. Bye.
Fire.